Dun 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 dun.
Yay!
And now it's time for another episode of Lumpy's Minecraft Bedtime Adventure Stories, Volume 2, Episode 10. Alright, so they camped out in the forest at the foot of Mount Num Num. And they woke up to the shriekingest shrieky shriek of birds. But they weren't just any birds. Yes, what?
Can it not be?
It won't be long. It'll be shorter, okay?
Can I have Joseph with it?
Sir Joseph?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because we haven't heard him.
So, anyway, they heard the shriekingest shrieky birds ever. Except they were birds with huge heads, tiny wings, and they looked like horse heads and tiny beaks. And so they woke up to these birds shrieking all around them and swooping down, pecking at them.
Oh no!
They looked like such ugly, sad birds, and they didn't really hurt. So
Because they were
Queen
so
Elena and
Not
Nico,
Queen Elena.
Queen Sydney and Princess Elena and Nico and Ronan and Isaac, nobody wanted to hurt these sad, ugly birds. They were the ugliest birds ever. So you know what they did?
What? They
Ronan,
slapped him across the
no,
face.
shh, be nice. Ronan opened up his lunch bag and pulled out some crackers and crumbled them onto the ground. And these pecky horse birds swooped down, and then they stopped shrieking. They made the prettiest sounds. They couldn't believe it. And then the horse bird things were so nice, and they just waddled away. They didn't fly well, and they didn't walk well. It was just a weird thing.
Like those.
That was super weird, Nico said. But I'm too awake. That was so weird. I can't go back to sleep. So they started their journey up the trail. They walked for about 4 hours through the very dense forest. And they found normal things here and there. Apples on apple trees, and there was a snake.
There's no snakes in Minecraft.
I know, which was why it was so weird. They couldn't believe it. It was a big one.
What was it about the
But
size
it was
of
busy.
2 cobras?
It was bigger than that. It was the size of a school bus.
Oh.
And it was a vegetarian snake.
So it didn't eat
It was eating trees. It didn't want to eat them. It was almost like a worm.
Like
And
the
then they
little
walked
worm
and
from
walked.
Hilda.
And they came to a spot with a sign that said, Challenge number 1. And then below that, it said, Good luck. You'll need it. The Wizard. This is the first challenge of Mount Num Num. They looked around and didn't see anything. They couldn't figure out what on earth the challenge was. There was no directions, no instructions. It just looked like the trail was normal. So Ronan said, well, I guess we just have to go on the trail. And as soon as he took a step, he fell through the ground and disappeared. And they looked, Ronan, where are you? And they didn't even hear him. And they looked where he fell through, and it didn't look like there was a hole. It just looked like normal ground.
Fake ground.
So that's right. Isaac went over and said, "This is fake ground." And he laid down right next to where Ronan fell in, and he put his hand in. And all of a sudden he felt a hand grab his hand. And he said, "It's Ronan, I can feel his armor. Help me pull him up." And they pulled him up. The first challenge was to make it past the fake ground. "Well, this isn't going to be hard," Nico and Isaac said. "Watch this." They went and got their axes and chopped a bunch of wood and built a bridge.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder. So they built a bridge over the fake ground. Except there was a big wither flying around.
Oh, duh. I know exactly what that is. That's the wither storm.
Well, whatever it was so big, and they were up on a bridge up above the tree line, and the wither came right for them.
It's a wither storm.
Sure, whatever it was, it looked like a wither. And so they ran back down the bridge, back under the trees, and it couldn't see them through the dense forest. Now what are we going to do? Well, I know what we can do. Same kind of thing, but we won't build it so high. We'll make our own ground, and everybody just stay in a straight line. So they put down the blocks. Block, 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 all along the path. And then Elena accidentally stepped to the side and right into the invisible ground. Now, there was no spikes or nothing scary. It was just invisible ground. And when you were down there, you can't see anything. So that wasn't fun. It was kind of spooky. So they reached down and pulled up Elena. And she said, "I will make sure to stay." And so she said, "Maybe we build a guardrail just in case anybody from the kingdom comes up, then they can be safe." And so Elena built the guardrail on the wood road that Isaac and Nico were laying down. Ronan and Queen Sydney looked around to make sure that there were no attackers and nobody following them. And they made it all of a sudden to a river. Well, I don't doubt there's going to be fake water. So they all jumped in. Sploosh. Except the current was very, very, very fast. And it washed them very far down, all the way back down. Right next to where they started the first challenge. Oh, man. Let's do it again, and let's build the bridge over the river. So they went all the way back, and it took forever. It took them forever. And they finally made it to the other side. That said, another sign on the other side of the river. That said, "Challenge 1 complete." I bet that was really tough. The wizard. And everybody looked at each other and said, "Really tough?" No, actually, it was kind of easy. Right?
Yeah.
Nico said, "Yeah, that was not tough. That was just kind of, honestly, kind of dumb." This wizard is weird. "Oh, look, there's more words on the other side of the sign," Elena said. It says, "Challenge 2 is going to be twice as hard. Big deal, said Queen Sydney. Dun, 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 dun.
What? Each episode of a challenge?
And they went to bed. They lit a fire and had some yummy snacks. And didn't go in the river because the current was too strong. And they were all good swimmers. But it was still very strong because it's coming down a mountain. Rivers coming down mountains are very fast. In case you didn't know. But anyway, that was challenge 1. The fake ground. But he said it's going to be twice as hard. Pretty cool, right?
Yes.
Elena liked it. All right, what's this episode called? I don't know.
The challenge.
The easy challenge. The wizard's kind of easy challenge.
No, the wizard's baby challenge.
The wizard's baby challenge.
Yeah.
The wizard doesn't know how to make a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
I
stop.
don't know, but it's going to be twice as hard. All right. Now we need to say goodnight to our friends
I say.
and tell them to like the video if they didn't like it. And we got some fun things coming out soon that I'm excited to tell everybody about in a different video. All right, let's say goodnight to everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Thanks, everybody. Good night.